Hello, good morning students. See, welcome back to our e-learning session and this is your third lecture of statistics chapter number 5. Okay, and see, in our last session we understood about the illustration number 1, that is the coefficient of skewness as well as skewness with the for the discrete group data, and here the mode is defined. Okay, now see, in our next illustration, the next illustration, that is illustration number 2, is continuous group data. See the illustration, we can see that 0 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 20 to 40, 40 to 60 and so on. That's why we can say it's a continuous group data and frequency is given. And now on the basis of that, here we have to find out skewness as well as coefficient of skewness from this data. Okay, so I'm just reading first the question. Illustration number 2, find the skewness and coefficient of skewness by the Carl Pearson method from the following data about annual tax of 100 companies. Here we have to find out the skewness as well as coefficient of skewness from the continuous group data. Okay, so first of all, annual tax in lakh rupees, 0 to 20, 20 to 30, 40, 40 to 60 and so on, and number of companies 5, 20, 40, 25, 6 and 4. Okay, so here class as well as frequency is given. We'll start our sum. Illustration number 2. Annual tax in lakh rupees. Then number of companies, that is your F, frequency, okay. Now 0 to 20, the question just I am writing first. 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80 and 80 to 100, and the last one is 100 to 120. Now the frequency 5, 20, 40, 25, 6 and 4. What is the total? 100 companies, that's why 100, the total is 100. Now this is the continuous group data and we want skewness as well as coefficient of skewness. But first of all, we have to decide that the mode is defined or ill-defined. In this case, mode is defined. You have to see the highest frequency. Yes, highest frequency is 40 and it's only one time, and all the class length is also equal. So here we can say Z, that is MO, that is mode is defined. And that's why the formula for skewness is equal to X bar minus MO, and coefficient of skewness J is equal to X bar minus MO upon S. We have to find out these two. Compulsory, right? Okay. And here first of all we have to find out what X bar. And for X bar, First of all, see here it's a continuous group data. In the revision, I told you that here whenever the continuous group data is there and you have to find out the mean, you have to first find out the mid value. Here X is not given. Here just class is given in the continuous group data. From the class you have to find out first of all mid value and then you can find out the mean. Okay. So here I am finding out the mid value first. To find out the mean, mid value, that is X. 0 plus 20 divided by 2. First mid value we can find out 0 plus 20 divided by 2, that is 10. Now the class length is equal, class interval is equal 20, 20, 20, 20. Okay. So you can just add 20 to find out the next mid values. 30, then add 20, that is 50, then add 20, that is 70, then 20 is equal to 90, and then 20 is equal to 110. This is the mid value. See, the mid value is, one mid value is more than 100, other mid values are less than 100. You can use D method or you can use directly FX method. But here the difference is common, and also 10 you can say 20 you can say take a common from these, and that's why it is calculation of the shortcut method is very easy. That's why here we are using a shortcut method. But you can use the direct method, that is F into X, that is Fx, and sigma Fx upon N. You can use the formula that formula also for to find out the X bar. And here I am taking a shortcut method. Di is equal to xi minus a upon c. What is your a? The middle one. Here the middle one is 50 or 70. I am taking a 50 as a mid value. And c, class length is equal to 20. So here you can say 0. Here minus 1, minus 2, here 1, 2 and 3. So the total of sigma d is equal to 3. But we don't need this. I am just doing a calculation and I am just making a total of these. But the total of sigma d, these total, we did not need that. We want what? FD. That means multiplication of these two. FD. See the formula of X bar here. X bar is equal to A plus sigma FD upon N into C. This is the formula for mean. Okay. So here FD we need. Now the multiplication of these two, minus 10, then minus 20, then 0, then 25, then 12, and then 12 again. Sigma FD is equal to what? Sigma FD is equal to 19. Okay. And now for S, that is standard deviation, we want FD square. Okay. So here the last column is FD square. See what means of this? FD into D. This into this is equal to this. This into this is equal to FD square. D into FD, that is FD square. See, not FD whole square. F into D square. It is F into D square. That's why FD into D. That we can find out FD square. So here minus minus plus. That's why 20. Minus minus plus again 20. 0. 25. 24 and 36. 125 sigma FD square is equal to 125. Okay, so now you can find out mean, then mode, then standard deviation. Mean is equal to what? Here A is equal to what? A is equal to 50 plus sigma FD is equal to 19 by N is equal to 100 into C is equal to 20. So here 50 plus 19 into 20, that is 3800, sorry 380 divided by 100. So you can say 50 plus 3.8. So your answer is 53.80 or 8. X bar is equal to in lakh rupees, 53.8 lakh rupees. 53.80 lakh rupees is the answer. That is your mean. Please write down these first. Then what we have to find out? Mode. Mode is equal to what? What is the formula for mode? Here, first of all, we have to find out the mode class, and then we can find out the mode. Okay? So here, MO is equal to highest frequency class. MO class is equal to class of mode is equal to highest frequency class, and the highest frequency class, corresponding highest frequency class is here 4260. Therefore, MO class is equal to 4260. Therefore, L is equal to 40 F1. This one is the F1 highest frequency. This one is the FM. This one is the F1 and this one is the F2. Okay, highest frequency, that is 40. FM is equal to 40. F1 is equal to 20. F2 is equal to 25. And C is equal to, but obvious, 20. Right? Because 40 to 60, that's why C is equal to 20. Now use the formula, put the value and find out the mode. What is the value of mode? Formula for mode, first of all we have to remember the formula of mode of continuous group data, which is in the chapter number 3. See, from this chapter we can make a revision of chapter number 3 also. Okay, you have to remember all the formulas, otherwise you cannot find out the value. MO is equal to L plus FM minus F1 upon 2 FM minus F1 minus F2 into C. This is the formula. L is equal to what here? 40 plus FM is equal to again 40 minus F1 20 upon 2 into 40 minus 20 minus 25 into 20. Simplify it. What is the answer? Find out first. (40 minus 20), that is 20, and 20 into 20, that is 400. See, I have no space, then please write down full all the steps. which we are writing in our third chapter. Please write down this. 40 plus 20 into 20 divided by 80 minus 45. The next step after this is 40 plus 40 minus 20, that is 20 into 20. 20 into 20 divided by 80 minus 45 is equal to 40 plus 400 divided by 35. So 400 divided by 35, what is the answer? $11.4285 is equal to 40 plus 11.4285. So the final answer is equal to 51.43 MO lakh rupees. MO is equal to 51.43 lakh. Okay. Here first we find out the X bar, then we find out the mode. And see, we can find out the skewness, but we are finding out first of all standard deviation, and then we can find out skewness and coefficient of skewness. Okay. So first of all, find out S. Formula for S: standard deviation square root sigma FD square, because here the shortcut method we are using, that's why we have to use this formula, sigma FD square minus n upon sigma FD upon n all square after square root into C. Sigma FD square upon n minus sigma FD all upon n all square after square root into C. This is the formula. And now put the value here into the formula. FD square 125 and 100 minus 19 divided by 100 all square into 20 after square root. So here 1.25 minus 0.19 square 0.0361 into 20 so here 1.2139 into 20 square root. Find out the square root. 1.2139 20 1.2139 into 20. So the final answer is 22.0354. And here that is your answer of standard deviation 22.0354 lakh. S is equal to this one. Okay, so here your three values of x bar, first of all x bar, then mode, then standard deviation. We are finding out these three values. On the basis of these, you have to find out what? You have to find out the skewness as well as the coefficient of skewness. Just put the value of mean and mode into the formula, as well as mean, mode and standard deviation into the formula of coefficient of skewness, and you can find out the both the values. Okay, I am just putting the value. That's why skewness is equal to what? Sk is equal to x bar 53.80 minus 51.43. Okay, so your skewness is equal to 2.37. Here your skewness is 2.37 lakh. See, the relative measure is always not free of unit. That's why whatever the lakh rupees is given, you have to write here compulsory lakh rupees. But whenever you are find out, absolute measure is free from unit, and relative measure is a free from unit, and the absolute measure we have to write down full unit. Yeah, that means here 2.37 lakh rupees, that is your SK. Your skewness is equal to 2.37 lakh rupees. Now coefficient of skewness, just put the value of here 53.80 minus 51.43 divided by 22.04. You can say 0354 or 04 directly. Okay, so now here you can say that therefore S is equal to 22.04 lakh rupees. Okay, so here 2.37 divided by 22.04, and that's why J is equal to coefficient of skewness. Find out the value. 2.37 divided by 22.04. It's a 0.1075. Answer is 0.1075. So ultimately the final answer is 0.11, and it's a free from unit. That's why here the answer, we don't have to write down lakh rupees. In each and every answer we have to write down the lakh rupees, but whenever the relative measure, that means here whenever we have to find out the coefficient of skewness, then at that time we don't have to write down the unit, that is lakh rupees. So your answer is only J is equal to 0.11. Okay, and here the last line of the answer you have to write down. Hence it can be said that the frequency distribution has a positive skewness, because the answer is positive. Small value of the coefficient of skewness indicates that it is almost symmetric. Small value means 0.11. That's why we can say it's near to 0. Whenever the value of J, coefficient of skewness, is near to 0, it can be said that it is almost a near to symmetric distribution. Skewness is very less. Okay, so please write down this sum first, and then we will discuss our next illustration. So first of all, please write down this. See, I told you the homework of 5.1 exercise, question number 1 in our last session. I hope you all complete this, and if you have any doubts then please ask me in Zoom lecture. Okay, and I want to say something that here the students who are not joining the Zoom lecture, please join the lecture, because now we will discuss a new thing in our Zoom lecture. So please join and please solve your doubts from Zoom lecture. Okay, so please join on Wednesday and Thursday 10 to 11 p.m. 10 to 11 a.m. Okay. So here, see, I am just giving a brief of this sum. This is a continuous group data, and we have to find out a skewness as well as the coefficient of skewness from this data. Here, for the continuous group data, we have to find out mean, mode, and standard deviation. First of all, we have to say that just find out mode is defined or not. Yes, here the highest frequency is 40 and only 1 is the highest frequency, as well as the class length of each and every class is equal. That's why we can say the mode is defined, and that's why here we can use the sk is equal to x bar minus mo and j is equal to x bar minus mo upon s. Okay, so now see here, first of all find out the mean. For that we have to find out the mid value, because this is the class is given, x is not given. Find out the mid value, then shortcut method di, then multiplication of f and d, and find out sigma fd, and find out then x bar is equal to a plus sigma fd upon n, and the value is 53.80. then fd square. But here first of all we have to find out the mode. What is the mode? Mode is class is equal to highest frequency class. Highest frequency is equal to 40 and corresponding class is equal to 40 to 60. Okay, so here now put the value. mo is equal to 40 to 60 class, then l is equal to 40 lower boundary of the class, then fm, that is highest frequency, f1 first frequency previous the class of the mode class, and the next frequency of the mode class, that is f2, and the class length obviously it's a 20. So here c is equal to 20. Now put the value here and your answer is 51.43. Simplify it and the answer is 51.43. Now for the standard deviation, here we have to find out for coefficient of skewness the standard deviation. For that we have to find out the fd square, multiplication of these two only, not square of these. Multiplication of these is called a fd square. Please, here some students make a mistakes of doing a square of this column. fd square means here called square of this column. No, here fd into d, that is fd square. So here minus minus plus, again minus minus plus, and then plus plus plus. The total of fd square is 125. Now put the value here into the formula and your s is equal to 22.04 lakh rupees. Here in all the answers you have to write down the lakh rupees. In skewness as well as you have to write down the lakh rupees, but in the coefficient of skewness always relative measure is free of units. That's why in the last answer you don't have to write down the lakh rupees, that is unit. You just have to write down 0.11 is the answer, and 0.11 answer means what? Here you have to write down that the answer is 0.11. So you can say that the positive skewness, and also say that it's nearest to almost a symmetric distribution. Okay, so here your first illustration is, that is second illustration is over. So write down this and then we will discuss about the third illustration. So first of all write down this. Okay, illustration number 3. Now a factory has 100 machines for production. The following data are obtained about rejected items during the production process. Find the skewness and its coefficient using Carl Pearson method from these data. Again, this is a continuous group data, and inclusive or exclusive type of data is there, and this one is the inclusive type of data. Now 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40 is the class is given, that is number of rejected items, and number of machines, that is frequency, is also given. See, in first side you can say the highest frequency. What is the highest frequency? First of all, the highest frequency is 39. So you can say here again, mode is defined. When the mode is defined, you can use this formula. But when the mode is ill-defined, we have to use the median's formula. That is 3 into bracket x bar minus median. That is the formula for skewness. And then J 3 into x bar minus m upon s. Okay, so that is the formula for median, or you can say that is the formula for skewness and coefficient of skewness, but it is used when the mode is ill-defined. But in this case, in this sum, mode is defined because the highest frequency is only once and the class length or class interval is equal in each class. Okay, so now we'll start our next sum. Illustration number 3. Number of rejected items. First of all, then number of machines, I am writing first question. 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 to 60, 61 to 70, and 71 to 80. Now 2, 12, 25, 39, 12, 9 and 1. Total n is equal to 100. Now see that here again you can say that highest frequency is 39, that's why mode is defined, that's why you can use the formula of skewness as well as coefficient of skewness is x bar minus mo, and for that first of all we have to find out x bar. So x bar, here we have to find out x bar, we have to find out first mid value, that is your x is equal to 11 plus 20, 11 plus 20 divided by 2, that means what here, 11 plus 20, 31 divided by 2, that is 15.5 is the mid value. Then the 10 is the class length in each and every class. That's why just added 10. 25.5, 35.5, 45.5. Just added 10 to find out the next mid values. Now DI, shortcut method, xi minus a upon c. Why? Because the point is there. All the observations, that is x, value of x are less than 100, but the observations are in point. That's why you can say here the easiest method to find out mean is shortcut method. A is equal to, we have to assume the middle one, 3 and 3 here. That's why A is equal to 45.5. And C is equal to what? The 10. Class length is equal to 10. Okay, so here you can say that 10 is the class length. Now 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 1, 2 and 3. This one is the DI. Now this one is your F, this one is your D, and now we find out FD. Just find out in your calci 45.45 minus 45.45 divided by 10, that is 0. 35.5, sorry, 35.5 minus 45.5 divided by 10 is equal to minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, here 1, 2 and 3. So here FD is equal to what? Multiplication of these two, that is minus 6, minus 24, minus 25, 0, then 12, 18 and 3. Sigma FD is equal to 22 but minus. Find out the total, make the total in your calci, make the calculation. Minus 22 is the total of FD and FD square. Now for the standard deviation, multiplication of FD and D, these and these, we have to write down here. Multiplication of these two, 3 2s are, sorry, 3 6 are 18, 48, 25, minus minus plus, again 0, 12 ones are 12, 36 and 9. Sigma FD square, make the total. $148, yes, total is 148. See, this is an inclusive type of data and it's a continuous group data, and on the basis of this we have to find out skewness as well as coefficient of skewness. Here for that, first of all you have to find out the mean. So here mean x bar is equal to what? A plus sigma FD upon n into C. X bar is equal to, A is equal to here 45.5. Sigma FD minus 22 upon n 100 into C, that is 10. The class length is 10. Okay, so here 0 0 cancel, that's why 45.5 plus minus minus 2.2. Here 220, 22 into 100 into 10, that is 220, minus 220 divided by 100, that is minus 2.2, and minus plus minus. So here the answer, that is x bar. Therefore you can say x bar is equal to 43.3 items or 43.3 units. X bar is 43.3 units. Okay. Now mode. Skewness. What is the formula for skewness? Again, X bar minus MO is equal to skewness. Okay. Now here to find out mode, here we have to find out the mode class first. Mode class is equal to highest frequency class. Is equal to what? What is the highest frequency? 39. And corresponding class is 41 to 50. Therefore, MO class is equal to 41 to 50. Now, see that it's exclusive type of data. That's why here 40 is there, here 41 is there. Lower class boundary and upper class boundary of the previous class is not same. So here you have to deduct 0.5 because the difference is 1. Okay, so 1 divided by 2. Here the difference of lower class boundary of this class and the upper class boundary of the previous class is 1. And 1 divided by 2, that's why 0.5. We have to deduct 0.5 from all the lower class boundary and we have to add 0.5 to all the upper class boundary. So here lower class boundary of this class is 41 minus 0.5. Make the calculation in your calci. That is 40.5. Therefore, you can say here L is equal to 40.5. Highest frequency mode. Here we have to find out mode. That's why FM, F1 and F2. FM highest frequency is equal to 39. Previous class frequency 25. Next preceding class frequency 12 and class length obviously it is 10 not 9 because here you have to see this one or this one, difference of not these. Whenever the inclusive type of data is given, you have to see these or these, that is lower class boundary, difference of lower class boundary of two group or two class, and or you can say upper class boundary difference of two class, and you can get the actual class length, that is C is equal to 10. Okay, now put the value in the formula. First of all, put the value. Formula, what is the formula? L plus Fm minus F1 upon 2Fm minus F1 minus F2 into C. This is the formula. Find out the value. L is equal to 40.5 plus Fm is equal to 39 minus 25 divided by 2 into 39 minus 25 minus 12 into C, that is 10. So 40.5 plus, subtract it, that is 14 into 10 divided by 78 minus 37. Into 10. 40.5 plus, not into 10, here 10 is over, 10 is multiplied directly here, 14 into 10. So 140 divided by 41, 140 divided by 41 is equal to 40.5 plus 3.3 4146. Therefore, you can say MO is equal to 43.91 units. This is the answer of mole. Okay. Now the answer of next topic, that is standard deviation. What is the formula for that? Sigma FD square upon n minus sigma FD upon n whole square into C. Sigma FD square 148 upon 100 minus 22 by 100 whole square into 10. 1.48 minus 22, 0.22 minus 0.22 square, that is minus 0.0484 minus 0.0484. Yes, here square, that's why minus minus plus, but here the minus is there, that's why 1.48 minus 0.0484 into 10. 1.4316 into 10 square root 1.196 1.196 into 10, that is 11.96. That is your S, standard deviation units. Standard deviation is equal to what? Here 11.96 units. Okay, so here your X bar, then mode, and then standard deviation. We find out that. Now just find out whatever the main question is there. The main question is, first we have to find out skewness as well as the coefficient of skewness. Okay, so the skewness, that is Sk is equal to X bar minus MO. X bar is equal to what? 43.3 minus 43.91. So the skewness is minus 0.61 units. Or you can see here the skewness is negative. Minus 0.61 is the skewness of this sum, minus 0.61 units. Now the last point, that is coefficient of skewness, we have to find out. Coefficient of skewness, that is J is equal to X bar minus MO upon S. So here X bar is equal to 43.3, J is equal, MO is equal to 43.91, and S is equal to 11.96. So you can say minus 0.61, that is skewness, divided by 11.96. So the final answer J is equal to 0.61 divided by 11.96, that is minus 0.0509. Minus 0.0509 So you can say therefore J is equal to approximately minus 0.051. Okay, or you can say 0.05 also, minus 0.05, or you can write minus 0.051. So here the answer is negative, but it is nearest to 0. Again 0.05. See, 0.05 means what? It is very near to 0. So you can say the skewness is negative for this data, but it is nearest, almost it's a symmetric distribution. Okay, the given frequency distribution has a negative skewness which is closer to symmetry, you have to write down that particular line compulsory, because here what we are finding out, skewness. And what is the skewness? The formula for the definition of skewness is the distribution which is not symmetry, that is called a skewness. So whenever the answer of skewness is there, skewness as well as coefficient of skewness, we find out the answer of skewness as well as the coefficient of skewness. We have to write down the definition, that is, it is nearest to symmetry or not. The skewness is negative or positive. First of all, we have to write down that. If the answer is positive, that means skewness is positive. If the answer is negative, then you can say the skewness is negative. And also, if it is nearest to 0, then you can say it is almost nearest to or closer to symmetry. Okay, that you have to write down after the sum. That is your main answer. So please write down that. Here I am giving you 1 or 2 minutes for that. Please write down this sum as well as the answer, one line. Here just you have to remember all the formula from chapter number 3 as well as the 2 formula of chapter number 5. We are finding out first of all x bar, then mode and standard deviation on the basis of chapter number 3 and 4. But the new formula for chapter number 5 is only 2, that is skewness and coefficient of skewness. You have to use this formula, but before that you have to find out the x bar, mode, standard deviation on the basis of 3rd and 4th chapter. So please remember all the formula of previous chapter, or I can say you that you have to revise all the 3rd and 4th chapter again to do this chapter. Okay, so now I hope you complete this. Now the time of homework. Exercise 5.1. I was giving you first question in my last session. So now question number 2, 3 and 4. See, question number 2 is of again discrete group data. Question number 3 inclusive group data, and question number 4 exclusive group data. So here the mode is defined in all these three sums. So it's a similar to illustration number 1, 2, 3. Okay, so please do this. Only 3 sums you have to do in your exercise book and 3 example in your example book. Okay, so I hope you complete this. Till that, we'll meet in our next session. But if you have any doubts, then please, I told you in my this lecture that please join the Zoom class and ask your difficulties, ask your doubts if you have any doubts in these chapters. Okay, so here and complete my lecture. Thank you class. Have a nice day. Bye bye.